Now to the COVID-19 pandemic and the major changes that could be coming in the next few months. The Oregon Department of Education released its guidance for reopening school next year. Fox 12's Sarah Hurwitz joins us live with a look at what districts will be required to do to try and keep everyone safe. Sarah?
Well, hey, Liz, the Oregon Department of Education will be requiring public, private, and charter schools to all submit an operational blueprint to show that they can adhere to some new protocols and to keep everybody safe. Now, I did speak with one teacher at Gresham High School. He says that this is a large undertaking for schools, and it will dramatically change what his classroom looks like. New guidance from the Oregon Department of Education. It's more than 40 pages long and outlines everything from public health protocols to a response to an outbreak. And it's just the beginning for Oregon schools to rethink what learning will look like in the fall.
First, emotionally, I'm happy to see it. It gives hope that I actually will be in a classroom with kids whenever school starts back up. Obviously, scanning through it, it raises a ton of questions there, too. So there's a lot of anxiety.
Alan Simpson is a math teacher and the IB coordinator at Gresham High School. Simpson says the Ready Schools Safe Learners guidance released by ODE on Wednesday is certainly a challenge, but he does think that school districts can pull it off.
I think the guidance is there where this is actually doable. It just involves it's going to be difficult and frustrating, but probably not as difficult and frustrating as the last 3 months were.
Now, here are some key requirements. Schools should support physical distancing, minimizing close contact with other people, modify schedules to limit the number of students in the building, conduct all activities in small groups that remain together over time to minimize mixing of groups. Most staff will be required to use face shields, coverings, and barriers. Face masks are recommended for students but are not required.
It also changes our existence in that I'm one of those people who comes to work when I feel a little sick, and I'm not doing that anymore. And we're going to be training kids and families to make sure that they do that same sort of precaution.
Now, these guidelines will change the way that teachers teach and what the classroom will look like. For example, Simpson says that this year he had 36 students in his classroom, but based on ODE guidelines, which requires 35 square feet of social distancing of every person in a room, Simpson says that would drop his class size to a maximum of 24 students. But he says that would put students in spots where they can't see the display, and he feels that 20 students to a classroom is more realistic.
It's going to be another opportunity for us to reimagine how we get kids to communicate with each other, and maybe for some of us that brings us up to speed on some of the technology that kids are already using.
Now, this is a fluid process. ODE does say that it will be releasing an updated version of this guidance in a few weeks based on educator input and also the current situation with the pandemic. For a full look at that guidance, we'll have that link on our website, kptv.com. Reporting live here in Beaverton, Sarah Hurwitz, Fox 12 Oregon.